Well. Thank you very much for joining us here on the Sicilian Corner. It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday morning. I love this weather. I know some people may find it a little bit cool, but I have to be honest with you, Lou. Cold. I love cold.
Yeah.
I just love the cold.
That's where we part company.
And Tommy, just the opposite. Tommy Zappala, he just loves it hot, humid. I find it disgusting. I really do. And that's why I never go down to Florida. And if I do, I go down for like 2 days, 3 days. I can't wait to get the hell out of there.
Well, there's a happy medium, and we got it for like 10 minutes here in New England this year.
Hey, listen, guess who's joining us today from 4,371 miles away? Wow. Eszter Vajda. How are you, my dear?
Ciao, guys. Good to see you. Greetings from Sicily. It's been, you talk about weather, talk about nice weather. It's been beautiful month of October. And then boom, today, the switch went on or off. Depends how you look at it. A little bit windy, but still warm, still in the 70s. Very unusual for this period.
You know, I was telling you, Eszter, the month of October, we only had 4 days that was either normal or slightly below. Only 4 days. 2 or 3 of those days, it was 20 degrees plus the average.
Crazy.
I mean, it was close to, it was 79 degrees, Louis, a couple of days.
That's right, yeah.
I mean, it was
Listen, I was wearing shorts.
And I bet you look good.
But it's crazy. I'm telling you right now, there's crazy weather. Obviously, all of our travelers, because we're very busy, actually up until October 29th, everyone was so happy because the weather was so great. Yeah, so all of our travelers were happy.
You know, Lou and I, on last week's show, we had the pleasure of having Mike Sullivan. He was mayor of the city of Lawrence. And he just came back from Italy. It was his first trip. It was his first trip there.
Wow.
And he just loved it. And he had made the mistake of telling me he's trying to get the family together.
Yeah.
He wants to go to Sicily.
Yep.
And of course, I had to mention my girl over here. And you know something? I told him a little bit about you. I told him the way your tours are geared, and they're very personal. And
I appreciate that.
And off the beaten track. And you know something? I hope he reaches out to you and does something with you. And he loved the idea when I told him, you know, you get 6 or 8 members of your family. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. It's personalized for you instead of being in a group of 48 to 50 people.
Yep.
You know, so.
But Mike, first of all, I got to tell you that's one of my favorite things to do. And this year we had a bunch of 3-generation travelers.
Wow.
Like a bunch of, you know, grandparents, the parents and kids. In fact, we just had one last week. And to me, that is such a beautiful gift for everyone, right? Because grandma and grandpa get to go with their kids and get to spend time with the grandkids in a foreign country. And that gives it a whole different experience. And it's really, you know, most of the time it's the grandparents giving this gift. And it is really a gift to the 3rd generation because they get to walk on the ground, on the streets that their ancestors, their grandparents, parents. So it's really an incredible situation. But I do have to say that even with our group tours, you know, because on our website, we have our published group tours, so not the private ones. By the end of the tour, everyone is family. Everyone's asking for everyone's email. I mean, we have You, Me, and Sicily reunions.
Wow.
Oh, that's funny.
Really?
We have old travelers. The first one started in 2016. And to this day, that group still tries to get together in New York City. It's crazy.
That's nice. See, that speaks volumes. It really does. That speaks volumes. I love stuff like that. I really do. We, during the week, we took a couple of days. We went up to Foxwoods, and I was telling Lou about it. And a couple of years ago, Eszter, I really chastised Foxwoods because I thought they were letting the property really go downhill, Lou. And you and I had this conversation before. And the room they gave me, I was very unhappy with. And I went downstairs to talk to the MOD of the day. And her people skills left a little bit to be desired. And I don't mind.
Nice way of putting it.
I don't mind spending money, but I want something in return. You know, I really do. And she really pissed me off. I'll be honest with you. And I wrote a letter to the head of the tribal council. I told him my experience, but I haven't been back in 2 years with Barbara. Well, we finally got a call. They wanted to know where we've been. And I told them the story. And you know something, this guy bent over backwards.
Wow.
To appease me, to at least let me get back to see the changes that have gone on. And I'll tell you, there's been a lot of, this is the Pequot Hotel. There's, I believe, 4 hotels that are still running at Foxwoods. And I was impressed. They cleaned it up a lot, new rugs. They changed the casino around. A lot of pluses. I mean, does
Amazing
the
what a little competition will do, huh?
Well, this competition is a wonderful thing. It makes you sharper.
Yep.
Makes
That's
you
true.
sharper. And Encore hurt them. Encore Boston Harbor Casino had to hurt them. And you know something? In a way, it's a good thing. Because like I said, in the last 2 years, I've seen a complete flip-flop from the way the place looked. And they're actually going out of their way. Cleanliness, having no smoking in these casinos now, I'll tell you, night and day. I mean, the ashes before, you know, you'd have some decent
The
clothes on.
smell.
Oh, God almighty, your hair stunk, everything stunk.
Yeah.
And to me, I think it's absolutely fantastic what's going on. I mean, do I like Encore better than Foxwoods? Yeah, I like it because it's 30-minute drive,
Yeah.
you know, instead of 114 miles to get to Foxwoods. But, and then,
Boy, they should be sponsoring this show. Let me tell you right now, they
Well,
should be
I had-
sponsoring this show.
well, you
Well,
know
there was
something,
some
number one,
comments
I have
on
no
that.
room for them, which is a good problem. I mean, if we bring in another 1 or 2 sponsors, it'll be an infomercial. I won't even have to come into the studio. I'll just run commercials. I mean, we've been blessed. I mean, trust
Esther,
me,
have you
we've
ever
been.
heard that complaint before? That's a new complaint, isn't it?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
good for you. Good
Especially
for you
when,
guys.
especially
Well, how
when
many years has the show been going on now?
it'll be 23 years December 4th.
Lord, congratulations.
Yeah, you were only 12.
Congratulations.
You were only
Huh?
12 years old.
Yeah, right. Well, I've been blessed to be part of the show for the past 9 years.
Well,
Can't
you
believe
know
it's going to
something?
be. Do you know next year it's going to be our 10th year anniversary?
No. And they said it wouldn't last. Go figure. Go figure. And
What,
look how
Al
you're
and I or
selling.
the show? Al and I or you,
Yeah,
me, and Sicily? Which one?
Well, you and Al. But Al has changed considerably. I think moving to Sicily changed his persona.
How could it not?
He's much more laid back. I mean, he was wicked aggressive. I mean, you think Tommy Zappala's bad? I mean,
I love Al.
this
Al's
Al is nice now. He's in a good place. And thanks to you.
Wow, I thank God I didn't know him before because it's
Oh, he was.
no, I do have to say, it's been such a pleasure, and for those people who don't know the story, I met him while interviewing him with you.
I know. Yeah.
So isn't that crazy? So that was
was
9 years ago.
direct.
What's that?
That's what I loved about Al. That's just direct. It's just like he has no editor. Everything just comes out. It's great.
You know,
I got to tell you how funny that is because during COVID, for those of you who don't know, we're youmeandsicily.com. We also have a YouTube channel and Facebook. And so what we do is on our YouTube channel is we feature the people, the places, the history, the culture, the everything, the festivals, the good, the bad, the ugly, and of course, the best of the best. And then during COVID, of course, we couldn't travel, we couldn't do anything. So, as the rest of the world, we were housebound. So we started doing live shows on YouTube, and we still have them. We still have a show every 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on our YouTube channel. And so we started going live to take questions, keep people updated on what was going on in Sicily and in Italy, and also talk about like everyday life. Well, boy, talk about unscripted, both of us. Both of us would go unscripted and say the craziest things. Then we would have a little bit of a not bickering, but I disagree with him. He disagree with me. And before you know it, we're like 30-year married couple on live YouTube going at it. Oh, let me finish. Let me finish. So it's really, this YouTube has really given both of us a great artistic outlet, and also has allowed people, to keep people updated and inform them, educate them, inspire them, entertain them. But if you ever get a chance to go back to our first few lives, it was just us unhinged.
Unhinged. That's a nice way of putting it. No, that's good. Joe Renda.
He was here on our October tour. Now listen to this. Joe Renda brought his son Adam, and the two of them had a beautiful experience. Now, Joe Renda, I said to him, my hat off to him, because he gave a gift to his son. This experience of them, and they also went to Mistretta, which is their ancestral hometown. He brought his son there, and they walked the streets that Joe's grandparents walked on, and he passed that on to his son, and bravo to him. They were part of our October tour.
Wow. You and I talked a while back, and my mother-in-law, Zena, was just a peach. Honest to God. She lived with me for 23, 24 years. I never once ever regretted having her in the house with me. And I never heard her say anything bad about anybody. She was a rarity. I mean, Jesus, a rarity. She was a pleasure to be with. When she was 87, she was getting very close to 88. She wanted to go back to Sicily, and she wanted to see the house that she was born in Catania. And we took her. She had more energy than all of us. I mean, this woman, she was like, her feet wouldn't stop. It wouldn't stop. And at one point, we were going up a one-way street, and of course, it got stopped. And the cop is talking Sicilian, explaining to me that we're doing something wrong. And she speaks perfect Sicilian. You think she opened her mouth to say anything? Nothing. Just sat there. I had to listen to all the baloney that was going on. And all I was trying to do was save her steps. So I figured I'd take a shortcut. And lo and behold, there happens to be a cop there. But anyway, long story short, I'm so glad that we did that.
Yeah.
Because she brought it up, as she lived to be almost 98. And,
God bless her.
Oh, let me tell you, what a woman. What a woman. I mean, just a peach. But that meant so much to her, to be with the nieces and the family. Yeah. She was just totally psyched up over it. And she kept on mentioning it. Even when she was toward her last days, she'd love to talk about that trip to Sicily. And I think
that's a beautiful gift. It truly is a gift. And so I was very fortunate to have a bunch of those, and especially, Joe Renda coming second time and then bringing his son. Next time, Adam has to bring his family. So they'll make it a 3-generation. His son Adam has kids as well. So that's just a beautiful experience.
Well, if he comes again, Joe, if you go again, who you should really ask is our producer, Lou Blassick, because Lou would love to go. I think if you ever went there, Lou, you would love it.
I know, I bet I would.
I mean,
now, are you Sicilian?
Yes, I am.
From where?
That's a hard question.
Yeah, I don't have that pinned down. I have some mainland, and I have some Sicilian, and I have more pinned down on the mainland side of it than I do on the Sicily side of it. But
yeah, I'm the same way, but I'm 50-50.
Yeah.
We're
Naples and Catania.
Well, Naples was once the kingdom of two Sicilies. So,
that's right.
So you were part of. You're
All of a sudden-
100% Sicilian.
All of southern Italy was Sicily at one point, right? That was considered the Sicilian. I don't know. It was considered Sicilian, right?
The Naples down,
Yeah.
kingdom up to Sicily.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah,
Kingdom.
right. It's a republic now, right? Italy, it's referred to as a republic.
Yep, we have a prime minister, Giorgia Meloni. We have a president, Sergio Mattarella, who's Sicilian, by the way. And then you have a parliament. So it is a republic.
Esther, we have a new consul general of Italy in Boston. He's relatively new. He came in during the summer, and they only hold 4 years, I believe, is their term limit,
Yeah.
Lou. And we talked the other day, and he's going to be in the studio joining me on December 8th.
Okay,
And-
I got to write that down.
Yeah, because if you have a question, give us a call. You know,
Okay.
he seems like a very, very nice man.
What's his name?
Minuti, Consul General Minuti, Minuti, Armando.
He called Mikey to come on.
Minuti, that's minute.
That's right. Very good. You know, for a girl that's Hungarian descent, you're all right. You're all right. I gotta tell you. Hey, listen, we need to take a break. And before I go, I just want to mention to our Sicilian Corner listeners, today we do have a new sponsor, and that's Mike and Candy Calizzi from Calizzi Memorials, and they're very dear friends. They wanted to come back on board with us, and lo and behold, you're going to hear one of their commercials today. Listen, Lou, why don't you take us out, pal?
Ciao, this is Eszter of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. You know, Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's seaside Italian kitchen and pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibes Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites in the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverhillbeef.com.
When you dine at Ristorante Melisse in Amesbury, Massachusetts, you feel at home while enjoying an authentic Italian dining experience not to be forgotten. From the appetizer to dessert, you won't regret your choice. Bring your cravings and appetites. They promise you won't leave hungry or without leftovers for the next day. Takeout and catering are also available. Give them a call or visit them online for the menu, online ordering, and reservations. RistoranteMelisse.com. That's RistoranteMolise.com or call 978-388-4844. Ristorante Melisse, where you're treated like family.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141. With a commitment to excellence, Colizzi Memorials is dedicated to helping families capture the spirit of their loved ones by building beautiful, lasting tributes that will endure the test of time. Trust Colizzi Memorials to build a personalized tribute that would reflect your loved one's life forever. That's Colizzi Memorials, 217 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts. Telephone number 978-674-7035. 978-674-7035.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy
and Mike Kunstler,
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
He is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery tender lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we're back. Our studio guest, our co-host, as you may want to say, is Eszter Vajda, and this is our international show. And Eszter is kind enough to broadcast from her home in Sicily, which we always look forward to it. I wanted to ask you, Eszter, Halloween. Is Halloween a big observance, or they go mostly with the religious aspect of it?
about this because I was just going to mention that this was a very important week here in Sicily, in Italy. First of all, Halloween is sort of an American thing that has been recently introduced. So you go to the supermarket, sure, it'll be written Halloween, they'll have the pumpkin, blah, blah, blah. But it's really it's not a trick or treat. They don't dress up,
Okay.
stuff like
All right. I was curious.
But November 1 and November 2 are very
Very
important.
big. Yeah.
All Saints Day and All Souls Day. All Souls Day was yesterday, and you could see everywhere. In fact, on our video on Sunday, I show pictures of that, where people go and buy flowers. They bring them to the cemetery. All Saints Day, which was November 1st, is a holiday, and there are very specific sweets. Oh, there are very specific sweets, which I happen to have some of.
No. Louis, she has sweets for us. Listen, we have Andy Parisi on with us, and he says to say hello. Barbara Cody is on with us. Thank you, Barbara. And I believe Al Zapla is on with us also.
Oh, geez, I hope he didn't hear what I said about him.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, wait, that was me. That was me.
Oh, that was you. Oh, okay. All
right. That's from our Facebook.
You, me, and Sicily. There you go.
That was all right. So I just happened to have some. Now, this is very creamy and mushy. These are called Rame di Napoli. And you've got, this one has pistachio, and it's like a chocolate. And then I'm not going to take this one out because now I have chocolate and pistachio all over me. It's not a bad thing.
Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing bad.
Yeah.
It's a little mushy.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So these are called Rama di Napoli. Then the other very popular dessert here are called Totò.
Yeah.
Totò, which are also very like this, chocolatey.
Yeah. They got a chocolate icing on them, and that
chocolate or the white one. And then the other one is
hungry.
Osse de Morti. You've heard of these?
The bones of the dead.
Yep. And so those are on a cookie, and there's this white thing on them that they just want you to break your teeth or something.
I was going to say, boy, if you're trying to find, if you got a problem with your teeth, man, you're going to find it when you bite into that sucker. Let me tell you.
There's another one called Zuzzi. That's a Sicilian traditional thing, and it has it's a cookie and has an almond on it. Now, this is very important because these sweets were only around about for the past 2 weeks. After this week, they won't make anymore. They'll be gone. They'll be gone. Because here in every festival, you have a traditional food that you eat.
Sure.
Now, our next festival is going to be San Martino on November 11th.
Mm-hmm.
So people on the street, let me set up the scene for you, and we'll probably have a video about it.
Louis, pay attention. There's going to be a quiz.
Okay, I'm ready.
All right. Go ahead, Esther.
So here, let me set up the scene on every street corner here in Sicily, okay? First of all, you're going to have the chestnut roasters on the street. Next to them, they'll have a table with the raw chestnuts, so not cooked. Then they'll have plastic bottles of wine, red and white. Then possibly the next booth over is going to be a guy grilling sausages. And that, my friend, is, and even maybe artichokes. And that sums up every street corner in Sicily on San Martino.
Wow.
So people are drinking wine out of plastic bottles is what you're telling me.
What I'm telling you is that people that they sell plastic. In fact, we go to a place where I bring the plastic bottles and the woman fills it.
Refill them. Yeah.
Yeah, you refill them. Absolutely. That's, whatever you say, plastic bottles, both are great for the environment. But at the end of the day, I probably use my plastic bottle 2-3 times. So in any case, so that's, and plus, it's on the street, so you don't want to have glass on the street. Okay. So they have these big 2-liter bottles, And that's the scene on San Martino. In some places like like Via Grande, they'll have a festival in the main square, and excuse me, in the public garden. And they'll have music, and they'll have women in period clothes, and they'll have the baskets on their heads with grapes.
Wow. You know, it's funny you mentioned women carrying baskets of grapes in their heads.
Oh, I don't know where this is going.
I had the pleasure of visiting the island of Madeira in Portugal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's a throwback. I mean, you think you're going back 100 years in time. I mean, seriously. And they have these levadas where they make these walkways from the mountain because it's all lava rock. And these people walk. I mean, it's probably, Louis, maybe 36 inches wide.
Right.
And they're harvesting grapes, and they have the baskets full, and they're just walking and talking and just having a hell of a time for themselves. And then they bring those baskets, Eszter, over to the road, and they put them down, and a community truck comes along and picks up all the harvest. And then the grapes are crushed or whatnot. And the other thing I loved about it, you see people on their roof, and they'd harvest corn like in September, and they'd link them, they tie them together, and they would toss them over the roof of the house.
What?
So they would dry out. So in the wintertime, but it was so, it was just, the place was just a time warp. And I loved every minute. You'd have a half a tank of gas in your car, you would read empty. I mean, there was no such thing as shifting into second gear. You had these hairpin turns. You had to go back into first gear on a standard shift. I mean, but I loved it. I loved every single minute of it. Just real quickly, I think, Eszter, you knew Lucille's personality, and she spoke and said exactly what she was thinking. It was not, like Al, you should just, whatever he was thinking, you're going to hear about it. And when we first arrived the first day there was an English hotel called Reed's, Louis. Yep. And Reed's is very prim and proper. They're known throughout the world.
Yep.
Well, we didn't know the customs. I mean, it was like 6:00 at night. We're hungry. I had asked the taxi driver, because I wasn't picking my car up the next day. I says, where would you recommend we go to have good food that you would take your family to, not a tourist trap? Right. He says, really close to your hotel. And we were walking there, but we happened to walk past the Reeds. Lucille says, oh my God, we got to come here. This place is beautiful. So we walked into the lobby. We got maybe about 40 feet into the lobby. These three big guys come out of nowhere, and they stopped us.
Yep.
Can we help you? And the guy is trying to tell us that, the dress after 6:00, you can't wear shorts.
I see.
And Lucille says, well, I want to see what your menu look like, because I'd like to come here tomorrow night. You stay right here, and I'll be more than happy to get it for you. I mean, that's how strict they were. Yeah. So now Lucille, you could see she's got a case of agita. The guy comes back, and one mistake he made.
Uh-oh.
He tried to explain to Lucille what the dress code was. Me, she ate him up and she spit him out. I hope you're not trying to tell me how to dress. I hope you're not trying to. And the guy is backing off. But it was I'm dying. I had tears rolling down my eyes. She made me laugh so hard. But boy, I'll tell you, that island of Madeira, I loved it. I'd love to go back there. I really would.
That was off the coast of Spain?
It's off the Azores. Yeah. It's about 600 miles off I almost drowned there. Jesus, Mary and Joe. I didn't realize how strong that current was. And I can't dive because of my back. So I went down a ladder. I let go of that ladder, Louis.
Really? Huh?
I was like a bobbin. Oh, I disappeared. And thank God there was a raft. And I managed to get to the raft and catch my breath and then try to make it back in. But it scared. Yeah. I very seldom get kind of riled a little bit. Yeah. And Lucille's yelling at me, where the hell are you going?
I got to tell you, if you talk about grapes and winemaking, just to go back a little bit, it's very interesting. One of the vineyards that we go to, they have a palmento. A palmento is an ancient structure where they used to stomp on grapes.
Right.
And it's very interesting, talk about being, 100 years behind. the way they used to make wine here, the Sicilians were very illiterate and uneducated, but they were very religious. So listen to this. So they would go into, their farms and collect grapes and put them into baskets, like you were saying.
Yeah.
But they couldn't count. So do you know how they kept track of the baskets?
I know you're going to tell us.
By naming them saints.
Okay.
Saint Joseph was number 1. Let's say you had 14. Let's say you had, how many baskets of grapes did you collect today? Santa Caterina. Let's say that was 14. How many bottles of wine did you make? Santa Lucia, and that was maybe number 3. And that's how Sicilians, they were simple, but very religious. And here's another little tidbit, the way they used to make wine. In the palmento, those ancient structures that have been here, by the way, since the Greek and Roman times, is that they sang Sicilian songs while they stomped on the grapes.
Oh, nice.
They do that because there's a gas that's emitted when you crush grapes, some kind of gas that gets to you. And they knew when one of them stopped singing, it was time for them to go out and get some fresh air because the process was getting to them.
Right.
They were simple people, but they found ways of getting by. And the European Union, in its vast wisdom, decided that this practice of stomping on grapes, which has been here since, hundreds of years, couple thousand years, was no longer sanitary. But that experience.
Tell that I Love Lucy.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was thinking about. I Love Lucy.
So we're going to need a Saints players card. You can't tell the Saints without a number.
That's true. Eszter, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to listen to our sponsors one more time, and then we're going to come back. And
what did Joe Renda write about the cookie?
No, it wasn't about the cookies, about the wine, and I agree with him. We need 2-liter plastic bottles of wine here in the United States. That's what we need.
Yeah, I'm inclined to agree with you. All right, we'll be right back. Stay with us, Eszter.
Ciao, this is Eszter of You, Me, and Sicily. I want to talk to you about Tommy Amin and the great staff at Butcher Boy Market. Families, foodies, and home chefs come together at Butcher Boy to talk good food and create traditions. They offer the best in quality cuts of beef, pork, lamb, poultry, and restaurant-style steaks and chops. Produce? All of their produce is hand-selected to complement any meal or even to make it your main course. Their deli serves fresh roast beef, turkey, and beautiful imported Italian cold cuts, cheeses, and antipasto. And don't forget the Butcher Boy Bakery, featuring sweet delectables from all over the state, as well as their very own bakery. That's Butcher Boy, where the secret to a great steak is, of course, the steak. Located at 1077 Osgood Street in North Andover, Massachusetts, in the Butcher Boy Plaza. Ciao!
This is David from the Sicilian Corner. Mike, Tom, and I love to go to Salisbury Beach, but we love different things and can never agree where to go. Tom likes the casual family-style dining with the great Italian cuisine, Capri's Seaside Italian Kitchen and Pizzeria. Me? I love the elegant romantic vibe Sea Glass with the amazing view and terrific menu, with prices that make it the place you want to visit each and every week. Mike loves a drink in his hand and a cool ocean breeze right off the surf and the rhythms of a cooler reggae band. We all know Mike loves Bob Marley tunes at Surfside. Who doesn't love a great show? National acts, comedy, regional favorites, and the beautiful and intimate Blue Ocean Concert Hall. Lucky for us, Atlantic Hospitality is the host of all of these great places, and they treat everyone like they are Mike Lamazzo. Best of all, we never have to choose. Park the car once and all this fun is right at your fingertips. You can have it all in the heart of Salisbury Beach. Find out all the ways you can have a great night at Salisbury Beach at northshorepavilion.com. And Mike, Tom, and I will see you there.
This is Tom Zappala. Located in the heart of downtown Haverhill, the Haverhill Beef Company is a full-service, old-fashioned butcher shop and meat market that continues to be a valued family tradition since 1952. Peter and Monica Carboni's Haverhill Beef offers individualized service from an outstanding selection of marinated sirloin tips, homemade sausage, marinated chicken, and thick, juicy Chairman Reserve steaks. Your family deserves the best, so call Peter at 978-374-4795 or visit their website at www.haverbeef.com.
Sisters and co-owners Antoinetta and Elisa brought their family authentic Italian recipes from Molise, Italy, and a warm and welcoming dining experience to its customers at Ristorante Molise. The combination of their meals made from natural, homemade, fresh ingredients, and your time with family and friends together at dinner time is unmatched. Located in Market Square in the heart of Amesbury, they're open for dinner Tuesday through Sunday from 3 to 9 p.m. and are available for private parties during off hours. For reservations, call them at 978-388-4844. That's 978-388-4844.
Hi, this is Mike, and I would like to tell you about the Deborah Care Law Offices, a firm that is focused on estate planning, probate, trust administration, and elder law issues. You will feel comfortable discussing important issues concerning both you and your loved ones, as well as having the information you need to make an informed decision about your family's future. How do I know? Because I'm a client of Dan Deborah Care. If you want to have peace of mind knowing that your loved ones are protected, call Deborah Care Law Offices today. In Massachusetts, 978-686-4645. In New Hampshire, 603-894-4141. With a commitment to excellence, Colizzi Memorials is dedicated to helping families capture the spirit of their loved ones by building beautiful, lasting tributes that will endure the test of time. Trust Colizzi Memorials to build a personalized tribute that would reflect your loved one's life forever. That's Colizzi Memorials, 217 Merrimack Street, Methuen, Massachusetts. Telephone number 978-674-7035. 978-674-7035.
At Catadella Funeral Home, we reinvest in our business to provide your family with the best facilities. It begins with a beautifully landscaped exterior, parking for 250 vehicles, and a comfortable and inviting access to our renovated interior. Funerals can be costly, so you should review and compare plans to make sure you receive services that are fairly priced. I invite you to experience the Catadella difference in cost, facility, and service.
Catadella's honoring and celebrating the lives of the people we loved, providing exceptional care since 1929.
Italian artisan cuisine combines simple, fresh ingredients with time-honored preparation to create an incredible culinary experience. At Tuscan Kitchen, located in Salem's historic Depot District, talented chefs prepare everything in-house from scratch for all to see. Guests enjoy their meal literally in our kitchen as food is prepared right in front of you. Wood ovens burn from morning till night, roasting vegetables, baking bread, and firing delightful thin-crust pizzas. Prime steaks are seared on a wood grill. A rotisserie slowly roasts marinated whole chickens and lamb, while a pasta maker creates fresh fettuccine. More than just artisan cuisine, Tuscan Kitchen features the wine bar, live entertainment, weekly wine tastings, and elegant private dining and event space. Call 603-952-4875 or visit TuscanKitchen.com to make a reservation and learn more about the culinary adventure that awaits. In Italy, cooking is an art form. Tuscan Kitchen. Experience artisan Italian.
Orthopedics Northeast and Essex Orthopedics have joined forces as Mobility Bone and Joint Institute to bring improved access and outstanding medical care. While our name has changed, our dedication to exceptional care remains the same as it has for the past 30 years. Same location, 16 Pelham Road, Salem, New Hampshire.
This is Cindy,
And Mike Kunstler.
owners and operators of Four Oaks Country Club and Grazie Italian Restaurant in Drake, Massachusetts.
Grazie Italian Restaurant is the hidden gem of the Merrimack Valley.
Why is that?
We have an incredible chef, Oscar Figueroa.
In the words of local famous chef and restaurant owner Lydia Shire,
Oscar thrives on hard work.
he is capable and gifted.
No one makes better food. Scallops, seared to perfection.
House-made ravioli with farm-fresh local corn.
And buttery, tender, lazy man's lobster, just to name a few.
You have to come experience Grazie Italian Restaurant for yourself.
Grazie Italian Restaurant, located at Four Oaks Country Club, 80 Meadow Creek Drive in Drake, Massachusetts. Hope to see you soon.
And we are back. Eszter Vajda is on with us from You, Me, and Sicily. She's broadcasting in Sicily, and it's always a pleasure. Eszter joins us usually on the first Friday of every month, And Eszter, it's a pleasure to have you on board with us
It's
all the time.
always fun with you guys.
I wanted to ask you,
Yeah.
we're changing the clocks here on Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. In Italy, did they change clocks at all?
We changed it last week, so we're actually, usually we're
Last
6
week?
hours. Yeah, so usually we're 6 hours. Now we're 5 hours. So it's actually 4:49 here. So usually I'd be joining you around 5 o'clock for the
Okay.
show.
What
Yeah,
do you
so
think of that? Are you in favor of the changing of the clocks?
Oh, basta.
I'm
Basta.
with you. I'm with you, baby.
Basta. It just basta. That's an old thing. Hey, listen, I have some news.
Oh, lay it on me.
I bought a cello last week.
Did you really?
I'm not kidding.
I
used to
believe you.
play, so as some of you guys know, I grew up in Massachusetts in Andover.
Mm-hmm.
And I played in junior high and high school. And I played in all-town orchestra. I played in the school orchestra. And feast your eyes on my cello.
Beautiful.
Are you
Beautiful.
going to play it first? Because
Not yet. Lou,
Not
I'm not quite ready yet.
all right,
I'm not,
Okay.
I will, but I'm not quite ready yet.
And you know
But I
what?
gotta tell you, it's been such a joy. And here in Sicily, we have a very vibrant musical
Yeah.
community. We have the Teatro Bellini, we have the theater in Taormina, and there's a lot of music. So I'm just thrilled. And it's been, it's been a little bit therapeutic. I get a little stressed. I go and play the cello, or it's been just calming and meditative. But because now we're entering we have a few tours here and there. So I have a little bit more time, and it's been a blessing. So, and even Al Zappa is like, he was like, how did you just pick that up? I'm like, Al, I used to play. So it was like, I haven't played in over 20 years.
Wow.
20 years. Imagine that.
Good for you. You know what you don't know, Eszter, is Al is taking up the ukulele. So between the two of you, it should be pretty interesting.
Grazie, Mano. Grazie, Mano.
It's the
But
two
he
of them
said-
in Sicily, Al with a drink in his hand and a cigar, and Eszter playing cello.
In a nice little pub
On a-
somewhere
no, on a
with the
terrace
smell of
overlooking-
pizza.
On our deck. Have you seen our view? Have you
Yeah,
seen our
the view is breathtaking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
for you guys.
so that's one piece of news. Then, now, as I mentioned, we're entering our little bit of a slow season. Boy, I have
Sure.
to tell you, we've been so blessed. This year has been outstanding in terms of our tours, in terms of our group and private tours. And we just published our 2024 group tours
Mhm.
on our website, youmeandsicily.com. But I just decided a couple days ago that we should have a Carnevale, a Mardi Gras tour in February. So that's sort of what
Yep.
we're working on now. It'll be a little bit of San Agata, our patron saint in Catania,
Sure.
San Agata. Of course, Santa Lucia is from Syracuse. And so we're going to have some events around San Agata and also Carnevale, Mardi Gras, and we'll have Fat Tuesday celebration. So it's going to be, so I'm looking forward to that. So those are a little bit of news here from You, Me, and Sicily.
Well, I think it's fantastic. I love your idea. I think that's
Yeah.
awesome. I've had the pleasure of going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras twice. And each time, I mean, it was just a blast. It's crazy. But it's, first of all, I love the food in New Orleans. I absolutely love it. And Mardi Gras, seeing people having a good time and celebrating. And, I mean, they throw the beads off the wagons, the carts that they're pulling and whatnot. And those beads will be up in the trees until the next fall. I mean, the leaves cover them. Once the leaves fall off, you can see the old beads up in the trees. It's just beautiful. But I'll tell you, New Orleans, they have, Jesus.
Here too.
There's a place right on the Mississippi that they put these floats and whatnot together, and the creations. the amount of work that goes into it, Lou,
Yeah.
it's
bet it's
incredible,
beautiful, yeah.
incredible. And you can see them at all different stages, and
Same here.
just gorgeous, just gorgeous. I love it. I know
I
New
mean-
Orleans gets a bad rap, but I love it. I love it.
Listen, it's completely the same. They have a theme every year. And of course, we've done lots of videos on our You, Me, and Sicily YouTube channel, and it's different floats, and they take hours and hours to make them. And then they have competitions. You know, you have the audience gets to vote, the audience favorite. Then you have, you know, who came closest to the theme of the year, because every year they
Right.
have a different theme.
Right.
And it's beautiful because at night, it goes through the night, and then there's fireworks, there's live music. So, you know, we did have a tour like this many years ago and was very successful. We just stopped. So I was thinking, you know what, we should do it again. And one of the things that I like doing for our tours, and not every tour is like that, but the majority, and I'm talking about the group tours on our website, is that I like to bring people to a festival. It could be a festival really celebrating a saint, or a festival celebrating foods, or you know, sagra,
Sure.
or this, because then you get a sense, you really see how everyday Sicilians, these are everyday Sicilians that go to these festivals. And, you know, during the religious ones, you get to see how religious festival is, and you get to see the street foods and so forth. And I got to tell you, Mike, and I don't know if I talked about this before, that I did the Feast of St. Alfio in Lawrence, Massachusetts, where I interviewed you, Tommy, Dr. one of the professors,
Padova.
Padova.
Yeah, he's actually going to be on the show in 2 weeks with us.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so I got to see that, but to see the real festival in Tre Castagni, night and day.
Night and day.
And that's
Night
why
and
I
day.
like to make a festival a part of the experience. So people, it's a far different experience than festivals in the United States.
Well, first of all, it lasts over a week, right? I mean, it goes for a long period of time. I mean, gosh. And they're selling everything. They're selling furniture. I mean, you name it, they've got it on the side. The artichokes, you go to an artichoke vendor, they're selling the whole plant. You got the whole bush with all the artichokes. They don't sell them loose. It's crazy. Esther earlier mentioned pistachios.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the pistachios in Sicily. Oh, my God. Oh,
Just from Bronte specifically.
Jesus. I'm
What-
glad I'm
wait
glad
a
I'm
second.
Italian. I really am.
I'm coming home in 2 weeks. What do you want me to bring you guys?
Just yourself.
2 liter
No, come
bottle
on.
of
What do you
wine.
guys want me to bring?
No, we don't want you. Just
Yeah, just come.
having you and having your friendship. That's all I can ask.
You're so sweet.
Esther,
Okay,
on these
we'll have to
tours,
think of
on the exit, when you're talking to them near the end of the tour, when they're leaving, what's the one takeaway? What does everyone
It's a
mention?
good question.
What's the thing that
Say
really
that
lands?
again, Lou, I couldn't hear you.
When the tours are leaving, when you're talking with the people leaving, what's their one takeaway? What's the thing that really lands with them that they just retain? What's the thing that impresses them the most?
Joe Renda, if you're on here, please comment. Joe Renda, if you're on here, please comment. You know, it's a good question. It's such a varied type of thing, because I often ask people the question, is Sicily what you expected? And 99% people who say, no, it is not, because first of all, they're just so impressed with the people, with the kindness, the love of the people, the generosity of the people. They're not the people that they were expecting. Secondly, they are more impressed with, or they're, you know, more, they were surprised, I should say, at how much beauty there is, sheer natural beauty. And how Sicily is an outdoor museum. You don't have to enter a museum. Everything is out there. And
Good point.
is the scope and the amount of things to see and enjoy. And probably the fourth is that everyone, 100% of the people say, wow, the food is Sicily, right? What did Joe say? What did Joe say?
Joe says it's all about the friendship made. And you
Yeah.
know something, he's echoing what you're saying. Esther, we've got about a minute to go. You and me and Sicily, tell us a little bit about that and how people could get more information before we leave.
www.youmeandsicily.com is our website. We're also on YouTube every Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tune in. It could be live. It could be pre-recorded. This week, for sure, I'm going to have some stuff from All Souls and All Saints Day. Also, the biggest outdoor market in Catania, and it's not the fish market. Let me tell
I
you
was
that.
just going to say that.
Nope, it's not the fish market. It's a market that not a lot of people know about, and I'm going to take you there. And we're also on Facebook. So we keep all the sites very active, and we're looking forward to seeing people here in Sicily. And if you can't come, we'll take you along the ride on our YouTube channel.
All right. Sounds good. Hey, everybody, thank you very much for joining Lou, myself, and Esther. It's always a privilege and a pleasure to be with you. Have a wonderful weekend. Enjoy.
Thanks, Mike and Lou.